India is primarily vegetarian. About 90% of people in India try and maintain a vegetarian diet. This is one of those recipes that every household makes at least once a day. It's potato and peas cooked with some tomatoes, onions, cilantro, green chilies, tomato, and yogurt. We start off with oil. Traditionally, they used to use ghee for this recipe because it's vegetarian and they need so 3, 4, about 5, maybe a little bit more, 5.5 teaspoons of tablespoons of oil. Get it nice and warm. Add in the onions. This is about an onion and a half. I'm using red onions. You can use white, yellow, green, whatever onion you prefer. You want to cook this down till it's almost brown. Almost. You don't want it to be dark brown. You want it to be this nice translucent brownish tinge to it because it's going to continue to cook when we put the other stuff into it. You want the onions to sweat a little quicker. Cover the lid for 30 seconds. It'll give it a chance to get. There we go. So you got a little brown happening there. Let's open up the pack of spice. Now this particular spice pack is 50 grams and it does about 5 russet potatoes with a pound almost of the other vegetables. I'm not using as much, so I'm going to just go with about half a pack of my spice. It's just about half a pack. Stir it in well. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more water. Stir it around and turn the flame to medium and let it simmer for a few minutes. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the onions to give off their flavors into the full recipe. So I'm going to let that happen. While that is happening, I'm going to take some potatoes and I'm going to cut them up about 1.5 to 2-inch cubes. Okay, so I put some more water in there just to give it some more sauce. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my potatoes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the lid and let the potatoes soak in all those beautiful spices. In the meantime, I'm going to slice down some green chilies. I don't like taking the seeds out because the intention is to give it the heat. So there's no need to take the seeds out. If you don't like it spicy, you can avoid putting chilies altogether. Let's take a look. Very nice. Now I'm going to add the tomato. This is out of a can. It's crushed tomatoes. About a cup. The recipe calls for more because it's more quantity. I'm using half quantity, so it's about 1.5 cups of crushed tomatoes. We don't need to wait. We're going to put the green peas. I'm using a frozen green pea. You can use fresh or frozen. I like frozen because it's just easier. I'm going to put in my green chilies. I'm also going to dice up a little bit of cilantro leaves. Again, we're going to leave the stems in because that's where all the flavors are. When I'm garnishing with cilantro, I take the stems out, but when I'm cooking with it, I just leave them in because the idea is that beautiful earthy flavor. I'm going to turn the flame up higher. And like I said, my spices are salt free. We do need a little bit of salt in here. But again, it's entirely up to you. If you need salt, put it. If you don't want salt, don't put it. It's to taste. You decide how much salt you want. I'm going to turn the flame to down. And before I close the lid on it, I'm going to add yogurt. About a cup of yogurt in this recipe to give it that beautiful, nice texture. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the lid, let it simmer for a few minutes, and we are all ready to eat after that. We've got cherry tomatoes, cucumber, onions, a green chili, or half a green chili. See how that sauce is starting to streak? That's what you want to see. Let me give it a quick taste to see I've got enough salt and stuff in there. I need a little bit more salt in there though. Perfect. Aloo Matar, potato and peas with some yogurt. We're ready to plate. A little bit of cilantro. This is a garnish. This is a really nice dip. It's made with tomatoes, cider vinegar, jaggery, which is basically sugarcane juice reduced to its solid form. It tastes phenomenal with any type of Indian curry. So, what we have made today, potato and peas with a potato and pea aloo matar spice blend, serving it with cherry tomatoes, cucumber and onions with a tomato chutney, which is sweet, spicy and sour, with some basmati rice. Nice vegetarian meal, all healthy.